Hello, my friends. It's the O Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, CW, and today we're talking about Mandy Rose getting fired from WWE. Now, I don't want anyone to get fired. Getting fired sucks. Losing your job stinks. And we've been through big firings in the WWE over the past couple of years. But this one seems to be a little different, but also basically the same. Mandy Rose was released for posting they're reporting. The internet is reporting. She was released for posting racy pictures and material on her Fan Time page. Fan Time is an OnlyFans-esque website where you can post, whatever for your fans. And Mandy Rose went full provocative with her images and what I'm sure videos and whatnot. I didn't look, but apparently they were too racy and too steamy for WWE to keep her on payroll, I guess. So in the episode of NXT on December 13th, she dropped the title to Roxanne Perez and then was promptly let go. There are reports that it was, she was fired after the show and she didn't know and it was all so surprised, or she was told she was going to be let go earlier in the day. She dropped the title and then was officially released. Then there's other reports that she was completely aware that her firing, or at least her tenure at WWE, was coming to an end, and her and the WWE had a mutual agreement to part ways. Who knows? Again, with all these, wrestling sites and reporters, I don't know who to take on their word, but it seems official. Saraya, her friend, aka I don't remember her name in WWE. It's really early in the morning right now. Saraya from AEW tweeted at Mandy Rose. She's like, "I love you, sister." Knowing, she's probably out the door. This is it's not an interesting story. It's sad. Mandy Rose is a great talent. She's a great wrestler. She had a good run with Otis on the main roster. They had a really nice, fun angle together. And then she dominated NXT for, a year with Toxic Attraction, holding that NXT title. I really enjoyed the fact that NXT was utilizing main roster talent to, one, get more eyes on the product, two, to help train the up-and-comers who are going to eventually move up to the main roster, and three, add a little, cachet to the titles. They're doing the same thing with the New Day and the NXT titles now, which is, I saw people say that it was a demotion, but it's definitely not. It's bringing some shine to those NXT titles and giving the New Day the Triple Crown. But that's for another episode. So the Mandy Rose business stinks that she got fired. We're in a new era with WWE, and not in terms of Vince McMahon running things, because that's a completely different story. The new era is, we aren't in, ruthless aggression or the Attitude Era where honestly WWE would have applauded Mandy. You know what? Let me take that back. They would not have applauded that. WWE only applauded the racy, Playboy spreads, and that's basically it. The Playboy spreads that their women wrestlers did, because they were getting a cut of that. It was a WWE sanctioned thing, When China did Playboy, that was completely facilitated by WWE and Playboy. And everyone, before her and after her, that was, I'm sure WWE was getting a cut. Again, I'm not a reporter. I can't tell you exactly if they were, but it only makes sense for them to make money off of that because of the pomp and circumstance they made out of those Playboy spreads. If you remember, if you're a fan from long ago, like I am, or if you're young and impressionable, back in the Attitude Era, whenever a female wrestler did Playboy, WWE made it a point on Raw to have a segment where they would reveal the Playboy cover to the audience and, the folks at home. This is Monday Night Raw on primetime television and on cable. WWE would reveal a Playboy cover. There's definitely children watching. they did not give two F's in the air. They were like, yes, this is going to make a lot of money. We're going to get a cut of that. It's going to promote the business and it's going to promote our talent. So heck yeah, we'll do that. But in these days, no one's, well, again, I don't know the figures, but ain't nobody buying Playboy magazines to see naked ladies. Maybe like a generation above me, which is a pretty old generation. But, the internet is a thing. And there's no reason to do that. So the fact that there are, OnlyFans and fan pages and, whatever website these professional wrestlers want to use to kind of promote themselves, in Mandy's case, the fans only, not fans only, fan page, whatever it was called. WWE doesn't get a cut of that. That was a whole thing a couple of years ago where the talent wasn't allowed to use third-party apps like Twitch and YouTube to make extra money during the pandemic. And it was, that whole debacle that thankfully they reverted. And honestly, that whole thing made me stop watching wrestling. I already knew all the worst things WWE was into. No, I don't know the worst things. I know a lot of bad things, but that was something I couldn't get behind. And if you're not behind your talent, if you're not allowing them to make money, if you're not allowing them to, take care of their families with whatever deals they have on the side, that has nothing to do with you, WWE. And I was out. The fact that they reverted it, I'm totally for. This decision with Mandy Rose is a little hypocritical in the broad scheme of what WWE has been and is, because they said, yeah, you can use your third-party apps now. You can make your side money, whatever. We're not counting it towards your downside, I think it was. But now she's being let go because she took advantage of that. Regardless of what app she used to make her money, I mean, it's her money. I suppose, as with every business, if one of your employees is out there doing something that is, I would say, counter to your internal culture or sort of perceived community face, I don't know, because we're not in I don't think we're in the PG era anymore. I think we're slowly moving out of that and into the PG-13 era. We're not R yet. We're not in the Attitude. But we're definitely not PG. We're not all kids anymore. But because her method of making money doesn't jive with sort of the public face of who WWE wants to be, let's say that. Not who they are, but who they want to be, who they aspire to be, or at least who they want to trick us into thinking they are. They let her go, which, yeah, it stinks. But it happened. We're going to miss Mandy Rose. She was a great NXT champ. Crazy talent. She's going to be fine. She's going to be totally fine. Whether she continues to do her side things, that's not going to stop some other promotion from wanting the smoke. They're going to be like, yeah, you make your money on the side. That's just going to bring eyes to our product because you are, awesome and beautiful. That is the first episode. We're going to try and keep these to 10 minutes each time I do one. So thank you for listening to Wrestling Podcast. I have been your host, CW, and always remember that I am your friend.
I'm your friend, but if I ever see you in the ring, I can beat you. Don't you know? Yeah, yeah, yeah.